call the meeting to order. And the first thing we need to do is approve the minutes for the September 16th meeting. Has everybody read the minutes? Any additions or corrections?
Move to approve.
We have a motion to approve.
Second, Mr.
We have a second. So now we can all vote.
With everybody voting yes, it passes.
So the public hearings, we have one public hearing tonight. CUP 77-2021. It's a request for a conditional use permit to allow for the construction of an oversized detached residential garage located at 2340 South Poplar Street, more particularly described as Tract 11, Garden Creek Acres Addition. The proposed garage is designed with a sloped roof with a maximum sidewall height of 18 feet on one side and 12 feet on the opposite side. A maximum of 12-foot wall height is permitted by code. The footprint of the garage is designed to be 1,820 square feet in area, 70 feet by 26 feet. The maximum size per code for a detached garage is 1,500 square feet. The applicant is Cameron Wagner. Do we have a staff report?
Absolutely. Thank you, Madam Chair. Cameron Wagner, owner of 2340 South Poplar Street, has applied for a conditional use permit to allow for the construction of an oversized detached garage in an R1 zoning district. The subject property is approximately 25,000 square feet, or just a little over a half acre, and is occupied by a one-unit single dwelling home, which includes a two-car attached garage. The minimum lot size in the R1 district is 9,000 square feet. Surrounding properties are zoned R1 to the north and south, and PH, which is Park Historic, to the east and west. All existing land uses in the immediate area are residential or public parks. The rear or west side of the lot borders Garden Creek. However, the property does not appear to be located in the special flood hazard area. There are no existing detached accessory buildings, garages, or sheds on the property. However, according to the applicant, there is a one-story detached garage which exceeds the city's size limitation located immediately to the north of subject property. Section 1712-120 of the Municipal Code allows residential properties to have up to 2 sheds plus 1 detached garage, provided, however, detached garages are limited in size to no more than 1,500 square feet or 15% of the lot area, whichever is smaller. In addition, detached garages are also limited to a maximum wall height of 12 feet as measured at the primary access to the building. Exceeding either the footprint or the height limitation requires the approval of a conditional use permit by the Planning and Zoning Commission. The applicant proposes to construct an 1,800 square foot detached garage with a wall height of approximately 18 foot 6 inches. Based on the size of the property, the maximum size limitation of a detached garage would be 1,500 square feet. The roof of the structure is proposed to be a sloped roof as opposed to a standard gable with a 312 pitch. Section 1712-120F6 of the Municipal Code specifies that detached garages should be similar in design, exterior residential materials, and roof pitch to the principal and surrounding residential neighborhood buildings. Based on the relatively large size of the property, the proposed 1,800 square foot garage only comprises approximately 7% of the total area of the lot. In simplified terms, the basic question before the Planning and Zoning Commission is whether the proposal is compatible with the surrounding area. Specifically, Section 1712-240H of the Municipal Code provides guidance on the factors that should be considered by the Commission when making your findings. It should be noted that those factors may or may not be applicable in all cases. The relevant factors are found in the compliance section above and are also listed in the summary of the Commission's report for your deliberation. I'm not going to go into those individually. Also like to note that we've provided sample motions to both approve and deny at the end of your staff report to help the Commission make their findings. Staff has received 1 letter of support, which you were all given tonight. It was not included in the original packet. We've included 1 recommended condition of approval that reiterates the time frame for the approval of the conditional use permit as being limited to 1 year. And I have 6 exhibits to enter. A is the conditional use permit application. B, map of the 300-foot notification zone. C, legal notice sent to the Star Tribune. D, notice of public hearing sent to property owners within 300 feet. E, public comment from Natalie Sadler, 2322 South Poplar Street. And F, memo to the chairperson and members of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. I now declare the public hearing open for consideration of case number CUP 77, 2021. The hearing will be conducted in accordance with state statutes, the rules of the Planning and Zoning Commission, and other applicable laws. I would ask those individuals who address the commission to approach the lectern, identify yourself, and state your address. Would the person representing case CUP 77, 2021 come forward and explain the application?
Good afternoon. Thank you for hearing this case. Cameron Wagner, 2340 South Poplar Street. I'm applying for conditional use to add a garage to the back of the yard. The lot is very long and narrow, and optimizing the footprint, I've built a single slope roof, can offer a more aesthetic appeal and match more improvements that I'll be doing to the house. And because of that, it got a large sidewall height. Because of that, I stretched the footprint because I had to file conditional use permit, and here we are.
Does anybody have any questions?
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner.
you have a long driveway, you gotta get a snow blower?
There,
No, I just,
I do too. Yes, Commissioner Bates?
Garden Creek runs right behind you. How far apart is Garden Creek from your garage? What would be the distance? Just
Garden Creek is about 15 feet from the west property line, and then the west property line is tapered, so it's probably another 20 feet, so probably 35 feet from Garden Creek.
okay. Thank you.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yeah, Mr. Wagner, I wanted to, there's a lot of trees on the property. I wanted to get an idea how large those trees were.
There's a picture that I had modeled up based on measuring the trees that is to scale for the ones on the property, and that is that picture right there.
How tall are they?
I believe 30 to 50 feet high.
Okay, so they're a lot taller than the garage, that's what I wanted.
Correct, yes.
And I wondered if you talked to the neighbor to the south. We have a letter from the neighbor from the north. Did you talk to the neighbor from the south, particularly because you're going to be putting in that new driveway there alongside the house?
I did speak to Mr. Don Robinson, the neighbor to the south, and explained these exact same drawings to him, and he wasn't upset by any means. They've been pleased that since I've purchased the property, the first people that have actually trimmed the bushes, so they're looking forward to improvements.
I appreciate your doing that.
And then
Not the bushes, talking to your neighbor.
two neighbors to the south I had talked to as well. He came down to ask where the garage was going.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Madam Chair, this
Yes,
is a
Commissioner
serious
Winger.
question now. The construction of the garage, what style is it gonna be? I know it's gonna be a sloped roof and all that, but is it gonna be somewhat to match your house, even though it's detached
So
further on back, or?
It does not match the current roof lines of the house, but I'm going to be doing major renovations to the house, and they will match by this time next year.
Yeah, I know, I was driving up Poplar Street the other day, and I noticed across the street and down the way, they're building another house, a new house.
They're doing modifications to an
So
existing house.
there's a lot of a little bit of activity in that whole area.
Correct.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
One more.
Yes, Commissioner Bates?
Thank you. I appreciate it. What is the expected time for the garage to be done?
I'm trying to get it done before the foundation before we lose our narrow window of opportunity.
Okay.
And then final finishing will be in the spring, probably occupancy in the summertime.
Okay, perfect. I just thought I'd ask, so thanks.
I had a dilemma with timing of this meeting to lose our window.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
As required by state law, we have to invite people to comment in favor of or in opposition to all public hearings. It appears to me, unless you want to speak in favor of or opposed to, we have no one wishing to speak in favor of or opposed to case CUP 77-2021. So there being no others to speak for or against this case, I now declare the public hearing closed and entertain a motion to approve, deny, or table case number CUP 77-2021.
Well, Madam Chair, is this I'll make a motion to approve.
Commissioner Wingeter, there's a recommended sample motion in the,
Yeah, I see that. I was
okay.
just wondering.
Okay,
I was just
would you
ready.
use that,
I
please?
note the Planning Commission and the Zoning Commission has considered all relevant factors, including not limited to those set forth by the Casper Municipal Code, Section 1712-240H, and find that the conditional use permit meets the two findings required by the Casper Municipal Code, Section 1712-240G. On that basis, I move to approve CUP 77-2021 with the one condition listed under the recommendations section of the staff report.
Thank you, Commissioner Wingeter. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
A second by Commissioner Feth. All in favor, or I guess it doesn't matter favor or not, let's vote.
With all members voting aye, the motion passes.
Thank you. And he doesn't take this to the city council, we're done, right?
Correct. We'll have the paperwork on this done probably next week, and
Can
then
he pour the foundation tomorrow?
probably need to get the paperwork signed first. But
So apparently you have to wait till next week. So hopefully, Thanksgiving, or Halloween is
I'm
that,
not going to speak for the building official if he wants to make an exception.
okay.
Thank you.
So the next item on the agenda are any special issues? Do we have any special issues we want to discuss? And the Community Development Director's not here. Our council liaison is not here. OID, do you want to talk? Oh, guess I can talk about historic preservation. I wasn't at the meeting. You read the minutes. There we go. Now you can talk about OID.
Okay. Well, you have already an invitation to the ribbon cutting, which is next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And public is invited, so certainly the members of the commission here are invited. I would encourage everybody to go if they can possibly make it. One other item, we talked about the special property, or purpose tax, rather. There'll be a vote on it on November 2nd. There are two projects included in it. One is the completion of the Midwest Avenue from Walnut to Poplar, and the other one is the new water line from to Mills, or not Mills.
Midwest
to
and
Midwest, rather,
Edgerton.
yeah. And Edgerton. If anybody's driven down Midwest Avenue between Walnut and Poplar, you'll know that road is in pretty bad condition, and I think the infrastructure underneath it is just as bad. Frankly, I refer to it as the Oregon Trail ruts. Because that's just about, you lose your axle on that. And the project up and around Midwest and Edgerton, the water line is, I guess, been in horrible shape for a long time. Actually a safety hazard. Every year they seem to be having to repair it. So hopefully what this would do, if this tax passes, they will be able to fix it once and for all and probably save money in the long run.
Well, and they have matching funds from the state of Wyoming for that too. If they raise the 2 million, then the state throws in 2 million.
Yes.
Well, Fred, it was my impression at Rotary that they're only going to fix 8 miles of it, not the whole thing.
That's right.
Well, yeah,
That's from the water line to Midwest Edgerton, not the water line all the way down. So, yeah.
Right, that's correct.
Can I ask you about the street, Midwest Street? Now, once they complete it, if it passes, will the OYD district be complete? I mean, of course, there's always gonna be construction over the
Yeah.
years, I realize that, but is it gonna be the major part of it?
I believe so, and of course, that would be the end of the Midwest project and that too. The other thing I guess I should mention is that this tax is only in effect until the projects are completed.
Well, until
And they will be
the money is
removed
raised.
when,
The money is raised,
what money's raised.
right.
It's 3 months.
They project, but it could be 4 if, you know, I mean, I'm not
They
gonna buy a car during
recommend,
that time.
they
so.
figure about 3 months,
Uh-huh,
is what everybody's
or it
saying.
could be 2, if everybody goes out and buys a car.
You know, you gonna buy a new car? I'm sure not. You can't buy them, by the way. There's no chips. You can buy them, but you have to be on a waiting list, from what I understand.
Anything else?
No, I don't know, my cohorts on the committee.
That's all I remember.
Okay. Any other communications from those present?
I just wanted to thank staff for putting in our sample motions. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay, I guess I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move that.
Motion by Commissioner Fetz, second by Commissioner Wingeter. Let's vote. If you don't vote for this one, you don't get to leave.
Spend the night.
Okay, we're done. Stick a fork in us.